Let's overcome some players using the high serve, big forehand style in the Tour 7 of Tennis Clash, a sports game published by Wildlife Studios. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel Gameplay 365 and to turn on the bell if you like this video. So I started the match versus a high serve, big forehand specialist, Shoni. He doesn't have a lot of trophies because, well, he used to have a lot of trophies before the big update. And then, well, he has apparently reduced his frequency of play after the big updates, and well, he's just playing now and then. I see him in Tour 7 practice this high serve. So I played those matches before having my anvil at 11-13, and that's why you still see my own agility for Victoria and Kaito in this video. Don't be surprised. I still have some old videos to show on the channel, and they were shot before I got the anvil to 11-13. Some matches will come soon, and they are versus 3,800 trophies players. Okay, so as you can see, with nylon string, it is possible for a high serve big forehand player to survive. But well, in high tour versus opponents having their joker cards on, that's pretty hard. Even if, of course, my opponent has succeeded in hitting some very nice aces here. He serves with an average speed above 200 kilometers per hour, so he sure knows how to serve. And he has some very accurate forehand too. His backhand is obviously, like for almost all high serve big forehand players, is relatively weak. So what you need to do mostly when you play versus high serve big forehand players is to aim for their backhand whenever possible on your return of serve. So here my opponent has put the Sibran wire on. That's going to cost her a lot of stamina if she doesn't succeed in shortening the rallies. As you can see, I insist a bit on her backhand, and then, well, once that I have routed her to her spot, I just hit the other side, of course. The big forehand will put you in difficult position now and then, so you gotta play your defensive shots correctly. Don't try to aim for their backhand when you return their big forehands. You can do that on the serve. You can try to surprise them by hitting on their forehand now and then, and even by returning their strong forehand. You can hit on their forehand side as well, because they will anticipate most of the time you return your shot on their backhand, so they can be far from their forehand side. Yep, couldn't do nothing here. So that's it. I return on her forehand to surprise her, and that worked. After that, I just have to hit that cross-court shot. And because she has very low stamina now, that's very tricky for her to run on the court. And cross-court shots will then be deadly on the backhand, and because she has low stamina, she can hardly catch it, even if the ball was close to her. Okay, as you can see, with the choco cards, everything is easier. That's much harder if you use the Maestro Monty or any other string not having long catch when you face high serve weak forehand players. As for the use of Siban wire while you playing with the high serve big forehand style, well, I don't think that's the best thing ever. Sure, it gives you some critical. It has long catch, but it has no stamina shield, so it's quite risky if you can't end your rallies quickly. But of course, it was very, very good for me. I love it. When the high serve big forehand players are using Siban wire or Punishagat or any special string not having stamina shield, that's really a gift. Because, well, if they can't put their big forehand in the court or their big forehand are coated by the net like here, that's pretty tricky for them to come back.
Second serve.
And you almost need to just to defend correctly, waiting for them to make a mistake like here. They know that you have the choker courts. They know that you have the long catch. You can run. If you have high agility, you can run and catch them balls, powerful balls hit by their serves or their strong forehand. So they will try to hit risky shots to try to outflank you. And while doing that, well, they have a much higher chance, much higher risk to commit an unforced error. So the simple fact of putting the choker course on is almost putting a strain on their psychology actually, because they know that they need to put the balls hard in the two corners. Not like this, for instance. This Victoria is starting by playing secure shots, well inside the court, and often that doesn't, that is not enough. That can't hurt the opponent. And on the other side, on my side, being the opponent of the high serve big forehand players, having two strong hands with Victoria is obviously very helpful. Yep. This player wasn't very accurate while trying to outflank. She was trying to outflank me, but she hit too many hits well inside the court, and when she tried to hit the line with a big, well, you hear that was a success, but most of the time when she tries to hit the line with the sidelines with a big forehand, that doesn't work. She needs to train a bit. Okay. Trying to hit an acer. You can do that if your opponent anticipates a lot for you to hit on her backhand, and then she doesn't. She's easily surprised by your serve, which is placed in a completely different spot. So as you can see, there aren't much high trophies players using this high serve big forehand style in Tour 7. I faced one high trophies player lately, practicing apparently for the Challenger tournament, but well, he gave up before the match ends, so I can't put the match here. he had a high stats, but and the great experience of high trophies players, top players.
Second serve.
But well, you know, that's not enough because most of the high trophies players having great stats, etc. But they don't play with the high serve big forehand style a lot. They play with the counter puncher style most of the time when it's not the volley style because well, you know that in the top 50 there are some volleyers, but what I know is that there is no high serve, no regular high serve big forehand player in the top 100 global ranking. So they used to we used to have one for Z, but he's not in it. He's a bit out of the top 100 right now. He's a specialist of high serve big forehand, and so yeah, the lack of practice is clearly penalizing the high trophies players.
Second serve.
And you can clearly see that
One.
they don't have the automatic reflexes that some lower trophies players have
One.
when they play with this style, high serve big forehand. So this opponent has clearly has the stats to annoy in tour 7 playing with a high serve big forehand, but he doesn't have the accuracy needed when he serves or when he yeah when he hits
One.
his forehand or backhand. So he has two strong hands, but the low agility of the high serve big forehand players is really a problem. You just need to defend and wait for your time to place a well
Two.
targeted shot
Fault.
to the zone where the high server is not. Yes, that's the one of the other issues of this player. He likes to hit the second serve really hard as well, instead of just hitting a sicker serve, to avoid making a double faulting. That's a bit weird. I've faced him several times. It's the same thing each time. He's trying to hit the second serve as if it was his first serve. And of course, this is not good for his accuracy. You can hit on her forehand here
Love.
because the court was open. And of course, you can hit cross-court shots
Love.
to outflank your high serve player. You can hit on. Yep, the match was laggy.
2-1.
As you can see, your opponent doesn't expect you much to hit on her forehand, so when you do so,
Fault.
you have a good chance to surprise her.
Second serve.
Alright. This choker course is ruining her stamina.
1.
Well, it's better than having the spear and wire, for sure. Because, well, the choker course still has a stamina shield tier 1, and that's better than spear and wire for that.
Quiet. Match point.
Overall, well, she was playing shots a bit too with a lot of security, and that's not good. With that hand, that style, well, it's double or nothing, You gotta try and hit really strong serves And to follow up, you need to hit really, really hard, big forehands towards the two corners to outflank your opponent. If it doesn't succeed, well, it's game over.
One.
It's
Love.
very hard to outflank otherwise in high tours. The very agile opponents that you are going to face there. Because obviously, well, you don't go to tour 7 with HDD under 80 generally. But even with an agility of 78 or 76, if you put your choker course on, you have a good chance to catch. If you know how to position your character correctly,
One.
you have a good chance to catch the big serves anyway.
Second serve.
Afterwards, well, if you have two strong hands, it definitely helps. Much more than if you have weak hands, but here again, who comes to play into a 7 with weak hands?
One.
Except if they are very low trophies and they start to play tour 7 for like the first times. But yep, she gave up there on match point, and that's it. You're going to see my lineups with Kaito that I use most often in those matches, and with Victoria, same lineups, same cards, only the character is changing. So, yep, the lineups that you are going to see has the anvil at level 13. So, yeah, the total power is slightly different, but the idea is to have the cards, to see the cards that I use. Well, I hope you enjoy watching me overcome high serve big forehand players in the Tour 7 of Tennis Clash, a sports game published by Wildlife Studios. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel Gameplay 365 to stay tuned for new videos of Tennis Clash. Thank you a lot for your support, and see you soon on Gameplay 365. Bye bye.